What's up everybody? Maschine Plus is hitting the stores already. Since the announcement, we've been overwhelmed with so much positive feedback that we're still catching breath. And of course, you had a lot of interesting questions. We've selected the hottest of them and answered them in this FAQ video. This is highly dependent on your instrument settings like polyphony, ADSR settings, how much oscillators and voices you use. So it's much more important to look at this on an individual level. In this empty project here, I loaded 6 different instances of Massive, 1 instance of Monarch, and 2 more FM8 instances right here. Let's take a look. Yeah, the Massive, bubbly preset, Call in the Air, Calyx, Chromatics, Drawbars, Elevator. And with Machine's pad link function, I made sure that all of them play at the same time. When I touch one pad, all 6 instances will start playing. So we hear 6 instances of Massive playing one note, which equals around 38% CPU. Let's take it up a notch and go to chords mode. Here I selected the minor 7 chord type, which means that I will play 4 notes with each Massive instance. And let's take a listen to this polysynth chord. Yeah, very nice texture. 6 Massive instances playing 4 notes at the same time. I recorded those chords so I can play it back and will improvise a little bit with the Monarch and the FM8 on top. Of course, this is highly dynamic and depends on whether you change parameters or add effects on top. The default mode for playing back loops in Maschine Plus is repitch, and this will allow you to layer dozens of loops in a very CPU-friendly way. I feel courageous today, and I prepared a little example which will push the limits. In this project, I will layer dozens of loops for a cacophonous masterpiece. I will unmute all the loops one after the other so you can follow closely what's going on. Let's bring in some more clap loops. A conga, some more percussion. Ooh, it's getting groovy over here. Let's move over to the next group because here is where I prepared some more chord loops and atmospheres. So we hear 20 loops playing together now. Let's add more glitches and noises and go over to the next couple of loops. Add a beatboxer, some more vocal loops. Oh, it's getting really, really crowded. Yeah, kind of an alarm sound, some zaps, and here you go. We have 32 loops running at the moment in real time. You know what? Let's take it up a notch. I will duplicate those groups and create 4 exact copies of the effects group and 4 exact copies of the drum group. And so now you're gonna listening to 128 loops playing on top of each other. Here you go. Oh my god, this is a mess. You know what? Let's slow down the tempo and bring it down. Contact instruments are in fact streaming from disk to keep your RAM reserved for your samples. NI interfaces are supported right from the launch. KA1, KA2 and KA6 MK2 can be connected right to Maschine Plus. And currently we're also testing the support for class-compliant third-party interfaces and hope to release them soon. In order to set up and register the unit, a Wi-Fi connection is required. Once this has happened, you can happily go offline and enjoy making beats free from outside world distractions. Yes, it does. Let me show you quickly with this MC101. Once it's connected to one of the USB-A ports on the rear of Maschine Plus, you can go to the MIDI settings and here it will appear as an output device. This is how you can connect any MIDI synthesizer and use it with Maschine Plus. Let me show you how this works. Here I have a drum kit that I created in Maschine Plus. And I just show you how to save this right from the controller. So you go to File menu and hit Save As. And here you can select from different types. The project, group, and sounds can be saved right away. In my case, I stay with the group, hit Save As, and type in another number to add it at the end. Enter, done. Yes, you can, as long as those projects contain Maschine Plus compatible instruments and effects. You can transfer them perfectly between systems. Just make sure to have both systems updated to the latest version. If you want to transfer projects from your computer, make sure to first save the project with samples. Then you can enter storage mode to move the project file and samples folder both over to the project folder on the SD card. In order to add the new files to your library and make them accessible, just open your browser, hold Shift, and hit Rescan. An option for automatic SD card rescan after inserting is already in testing and will be released very soon. It's now possible to record notes straight into a sound clip and move it freely on the arranger timeline. Let me show you how this works on Maschine Plus. My arranger timeline is still empty, but I already activated a 1-bar loop, which is going to repeat again and again. Let's record a little drum pattern. Cool. Let's extend the loop length and take a look at a new feature here. It's called Duplicate, and it allows me to duplicate any recorded song clip right away. So I can now wait for another turnaround and add a bass line whenever I want. Let's have another turnaround and add some vocals. And as you can see, as I was going along, I was creating a little arrangement draft along the way. Of course, the pattern functionality is still there, and you can combine both ways of working for best results. So, Maschine fam, thank you so much for your questions. We feel that this is the beginning of something very exciting and are already looking forward to the improvements we add in the near future. I'm out for today, but in the meantime, please feel free to post your questions beneath the video and on our social channels. We will see you again soon.